or like these guys said, again, it's 4th and 2.
Mm-hmm.
You have Doug Martin, Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson, O.J. Howard, Cameron Brate.
Yeah. Go for it, man. I'm there
Run,
with you.
Run a play action and put some people out to the flat and go for that 3-yard pass and keep the drive going.
Yeah. All right.
I'm there with you.
Well, thanks, Keith. We appreciate the call. That's Keith Larson of the Bucks Report, and you're going to call us before next week's game, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. We look forward to it, and hopefully we'll
All right, guys.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Keith. Good talking to you, bro.
All right. You too.
Thanks. You too, man.
Keith Larson with the Bucks Report. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with comedian Michael Mack, who's performing at Vasani's all weekend long on 1070 NBC Sports.
Hey, all season long, we've been
Welcome back to the Larry Timko Show on 1070 NBC Sports, broadcasting live.
She was an American girl. Right? Wait, I already parried that. She was an Alabama girl. Raised on corn cob? I forget. I was right at parry.
Raised on crystal meth and corn.
No. Thanks, Larry. Larry's my writer. I'm using that tonight.
Go for it. You know, like I said, Dane Cook steals jokes. Why not you? No.
Unless he's listening.
I love those comedian beefs. I think it's great. And Dane Cook gets a lot of trash from other comedians.
Carlos Mencia.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's another one, too.
Who comes here a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Don't listen to me.
South Park made fun of him.
See?
The fish sticks joke. I don't know if you remember that. You never saw that episode? Oh, my God. It's great. All right. So you brought an opener with you, Brad Scott.
This is Brad Scott. Yeah. He's my friend from, we said 10 years ago we met in Indianapolis.
It's nice to see you have friends. Because you never come with people.
And that they're still my friends after 10 years.
No doubt.
Here's Brad Scott, everyone.
So where are you from, Brad?
I'm from Indianapolis.
Oh, wow. Colts fan?
Seems like everybody we meet from Indianapolis. You a Colts fan?
They were when Peyton Manning was the quarterback.
No. I was happy when Manning left.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's hard to find enough painkillers to match your owner to be able to deal. Because, Jim loves the team. But who wouldn't if you're on that much Vicodin?
But he also loves the pills, too.
Yeah.
Nice. So are you a basketball fan? Because I see the White Men Can't Jump t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm actually a Miami Heat fan.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
They're okay.
No. They're going to be a 3 seed this year.
Yeah, well, they'll be better than the Orlando Magic.
Yeah.
We stayed. We're looking at 7 wins this year if we're lucky.
Yeah, if we're lucky.
Well, because you guys fished your coach out of the Indiana pool. It's not a smart thing to do.
Right? And we gave up all our talent, too.
If you guys want Chuck Pagano, you can have him as well.
You don't like Chuck? You're not Chuck Strong?
Oh, my God. Just, everybody's got a lot of grit. They're out there chopping wood and staying in their lane doing their job. He says nothing.
I think the problem with the Colts, you're still recovering from the Ryan Grigson era. He was the worst general manager I think I've ever seen next to Matt Millen of Detroit.
Well, the problem is everybody had their job because of one guy.
Yeah, Andrew Luck.
Yeah. And then he's gone, and it's like, oh, wow, these guys are all really bad at their jobs.
All right. Well, I like Jacoby Brissett. I think he's got potential.
He's a good backup.
I like T.Y. Hilton. I think he's a number 1.
T.Y. Hilton's, he's a number 2. Come on, man. You don't want your number 1 with a guy like Luck to be 5'4" and... Like, you need a Julio Jones type or an A.J. Green.
Hey, I'm playing Brissett this week in our league, by the way.
I'm playing T.Y. Hilton against the 49ers.
That's why I'm playing Brissett against the 49ers. They're going to score 30 points, win or lose.
They're both going to lose, but...
Doesn't matter. As long as they score 30 points, I'm happy.
The problem, your running back has his AARP card. That's an issue.
Yeah.
Frank Gore. Man, he's old.
He's from Miami, too. Well, he went to school in Miami.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. You guys don't remember me. I was here a year ago.
I thought so.
With Dave Landau. We did predictions. We did everything. I was like, oh, they're going to love me. We had such a great time last year. And then I came in, they're like, oh, nice to meet you, stranger we've never seen before in life.
That's not true. Yeah, you had a hat on.
Yeah, that's what it is, though.
I had a hat on. I have photos. I had a hat on.
It's embarrassing.
Wore the exact same outfit.
As soon as you
Larry's like, oh, this is a White Man Can't Jump shirt. You obviously like basketball.
As soon as you started talking, I knew it was you.
We're friends on Facebook.
He's been here before.
I know
I've watched Bill go off on the entire... I've lived through Bill because Bill is my spirit animal on Facebook. Like, I can't say what Bill says because I have too many people that follow me that are sensitive. So I just live through Bill.
Right. And I do too. I don't care. I just say it anyway.
I just recently got out of Facebook jail. So. Seriously.
Yeah, and I sent you
That's right, you did.
pokes while you were locked up.
Remember this?
That's right.
We keep talking about how the next time you come on here, we got to talk a little wrestling.
Yeah, that's see, finally.
All right.
See? I pay attention.
Yeah. I remember now.
It was the hat, I'm telling you.
It's the
You get a
short-term memory.
haircut, too?
I played football as a kid, CTE.
Hey, I did just get a concussion in my defense. It's like the fourth one I've had in my life, too, to be honest with you. I don't even want to tell you how it happened.
Oh, really? Is it a good story?
No, it's
Okay.
embarrassing.
Well, we don't mind if you're embarrassed as long as it's a good story.
All right, okay. It's short, so I got up. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning this week. I got up. I tripped over a wire and hit my head on the garbage can.
Wait, what wire?
Right.
Why do you have a wire?
It was from my PlayStation 4. And I plugged into my controller to charge the controller, and I just forgot it was plugged in. And
Oh, man, that's funny.
Wow.
Wow.
It was something, I'll tell you.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Embarrassing, yes, but it wasn't.
I told you it was embarrassing. I didn't say it was funny. I said it was embarrassing.
Right. Michael Mack's had worst accidents on stage. If you don't believe me, log on to Vasani.net and get your tickets today.
All right, here's one. I was the lights were off. I was doing the closer in the dark, and I actually have Whitney Houston in my hand next to the pile of cocaine. And a fight broke out in the back of the room. It was in West Virginia. The security guy, turns out some woman wouldn't shut up. Security guy's like, you guys need to leave. And then the woman kind of moved towards him, and he sort of grabbed her. And the quote of her son, "You let go of my mama." And then next thing, it was fists and punching and more security guards and tables. And this is all right. I'm on stage doing the thing, and I hear kaboom, kashmish, and like seeing people moving, going, and I'm like, what the heck? And next thing you know, I'm stepping off the edge of the stage in the dark, about a 3-foot drop.
Oh my God.
Whitney's coke pile went upside down. Actually, I didn't hit the ground, but I made a mess and had to climb back on the stage. I don't know if they saw me.
Well, I can see a lot of adrenaline at your show because it is a rocking show.
Yeah.
So I can see how people get pumped up like that. But as far as
let's go, my mama.
That's hilarious.
I don't recall ever a fist fight or anything taking place at Vasani's. I mean, people do get a little rowdy and everything, but it's usually some drunk lady.
Yeah.
It really
Usually,
is.
Aren't they removed at that point?
It depends.
If they're that
It's up to the
if
comedian.
they're interfering with the show. I mean,
They've gotten better in the later years, but there were times some nasty hecklers.
When Jamie Kennedy was being heckled, he didn't want them removed because, like, hey, it's a fan, I'll take it. At least you know something about me. Go ahead.
Sometimes I agree with that. It's funny how different dynamics. Like sometimes I used to hate when the audience they go, "I was helping you" by yelling crap at me, and we used to hate those people. But then sometimes it actually does. I hate to tell people that in public. But sometimes that becomes your key, and you just keep slamming the same person and get a roll on it. And then they go tell them to be quiet. And you're like, no, this is why this show is going so well, is the heckler. Sometimes they are. And I hate to tell people that in public that, let's all heckle them. And we're going to be part of the show.
Right.
But sometimes I'm cool with it because I like a rowdy crowd as long as they're responsive, because the dead crowd is the worst, the ones that just stare at you.
Yeah.
So at least there's energy, but sometimes the people around them, they hate having someone blabbing at you nonstop, and the club doesn't like it either. But I'm like, no, it's okay. Leave them alone. We disagree sometimes on who to take out and who not to.
Gotcha. It depends on the material, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting.
I like a rowdy. I had one owner come up to me, a totally chaotic show, totally chaotic, yelling crap, and I didn't care. He goes, I'm sorry, I couldn't control them. And I said, it's okay. And he goes, "What? When you bring out that guitar, it becomes like a saloon." Yeah. And I go, I like saloons, right? So whatever.
Interesting. I don't know, because like I picture at Vasani's, it's a different crowd. We're an older crowd in the early.
It's a classier joint.
Yes,
yeah.
It really is. It's like an upscale restaurant that gets comedy. It's kind of weird, but it works. Yeah, it works really well. So I don't see a lot of rowdiness. I see like 1 or 2 hecklers maybe, but that's the tops. It doesn't get that bad.
And
even when the comedians are horrible, they don't get heckled.
I forgot who it was, but somebody. I went to a show there. I forgot which comedian it was. I've been to a few shows there, And there was a heckler, and the comic just totally ripped that heckler the entire night. It was great. It was great. It was entertaining. And you were with me.
Yeah, I love when
I
the
can't
audience
remember
gets
who
ripped
it was,
apart.
but I know you were with me, and it was just absolutely great because every time, every so often, he would just turn to that person and just rip the heck out of him, and it was great. I mean, the way the comic did it, I just can't remember who it was.
Well, like I said, the person sitting next to that guy who's yelling stuff, sometimes they don't see it as fun as maybe you guys do. Sometimes they're like, hey, how was the show? I had a great time, but this guy next to us never shut up. I just wanted to hear the comedian. And now they're annoyed. And then, will they come back? And there's different dynamics to what's going on. But seeing somebody smash who deserves it is very entertaining.
Now, your puppets are worth more than my yearly salary. Are you? I know those things are expensive. Are you planning any other new puppets coming up in the future?
I hate to bring up ones. I started 3 this year and I had to drop all of them because I don't. You never know what's going to hit and what won't. I started doing Breaking Bad. I watched the entire series and fell in love with that. I'm a Walter White, so I actually did a Facebook picture of Walter White, me in the hat and the glasses and the goatee, and got I forget tons of hits. And I thought, okay, so I did him in the show, and I actually I'm in the dark. If you haven't seen my show, the lights are off and everything is lit by LEDs and whatnot. So anyway, it's Walter White coming up with what's the hat called?
Oh, the fedora.
Yeah, it's a type of fedora, but it doesn't matter. Comes up with the glasses, and then I have this blue bag of crystal meth that lights up in the dark. It's glowing. But unless you knew who he was instantly, I'd still have to find a way to let him know who it is. Like if I had the Breaking Bad sign, because it's the theme music from the show, and I've been doing musicians up until then, so I think it threw him like. Sometimes it was like, oh, Walter White, and yelling out, but. It was kind of hit and miss, like maybe they weren't getting it. Or I kept asking people, have you seen Breaking Bad? Some people just have never seen it, too.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You got to get that right, like you said. You got
maybe
get that
the sun, there's bees coming up.
It's almost like a cult.
It's
almost like a cult following.
Did Pitbull? I made Walter White transition into Pitbull. And then recently I started doing Will Ferrell from Saturday Night Live, more cowbell.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I had the beard and the hair, and my shirt pulled up so my belly's hanging out, and I actually banging a cowbell to Don't Fear the Reaper. But once again, that's the cult thing, I think. They just weren't grabbing on it like I thought they would.
Yeah, because that's like one of the most classic
I
songs
thought
ever.
so, too. I'm always surprised. They do it, and they're kind of like, huh? Or, Because that's what we do, is try to figure out what people are thinking.
Yeah.
And you can't interview them. You can interview people one by one, but you can't go in the audience with a microphone and go, what were you thinking then? And did you know who I was doing?
That's why those improv comedies kill me. I'm like, how do they pull this off? Because, improv's hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But,
definitely.
And that's what you're doing basically when you're ribbing on the crowd, is you're just pulling stuff out of a hat, hoping it sticks pretty much.
Yeah. Used to scare the crap out of me. I remember someone would yell something out and I would go, okay, quick, think of something funny, quick, come on, and panic. And it wasn't until I found that in life, I am never hesitant. You can say anything at any time, anybody, and I've got something to blurt out. It might be stupid and filthy, but I never am at a loss for words. I was like, how come I'm not like that on stage? And it wasn't until I got super comfortable to where, don't panic, just be yourself. And now I never hesitate. Nice. It doesn't have to be brilliant. It just has to smash them and insult them and,
Nice.
You get better at it.
Cool.
Just relax. That's the key.
Yeah. Let's push the website real quick. MichaelMack.com, right?
.net.
.net. Oh,
for some reason.
.net. And
some credit guy took it.
And Brad, you're
BradScottComedy.com.
That's right. Yeah.
If you go to my Twitter account at BradScottComedy, the pinned tweet is a video of me and a heckler.
Oh, nice.
From February. And I hadn't, I had remembered the situation, but I had forgotten it. And then it was interesting as I was watching it to realize, like, oh yeah, that's when I hated life for 30 seconds. Again, it was like I was right back in that situation, but he's right. It ended, it's a good video.
I'm going to go make a Twitter account. I don't have Twitter.
And we can't forget Brad here is a Cubs fan too, right?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
You forgot about my existence, Larry. I don't want to hear it.
My thing with Twitter, though, I just want to join so I can see how fast Trump can block me. Because I hear he blocks everybody who doesn't like him. I was like, that'd be awesome. I got blocked by the president.
By the way, the difference between Walter White and Pitbull is just more meth.
Yeah, right.
Just more meth.
And a little more hair on the side. Nice. All right, we'll take our final break, and we'll come back and wrap things up with Michael Mack and Brad Scott on 1070 NBC Sports. Welcome back to the Larry Timko Show on 1070 NBC Sports, broadcasting live from our law offices of Anajar and Levine Studios. We've got hockey debuting tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning start their season tonight against the Florida Panthers. You can catch that game live right here. Pregame at 7 o'clock. First puck drops at 7:30. And, Penguins 0-2. 10-1, they lost to the Blackhawks last night. Wow, 10 goals. When's the last time I saw 10 goals in a game? Oh, the All-Star game 2 years ago.
I was going to say.
Sorry.
They might be the last time we saw double digits in a hockey game.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even know this. I walked into that 10-1 loss.
Penguins are 0-2 to start the season, but what's really odd is they played 2 games back to back to start the season. That's very odd.
And was it in Chicago?